What's up guys, Lunja Kira now. I'm back with NXT Takeover Brooklyn 2 preview / predictions. I was planning to do a double video with NXT Takeover and SummerSlam, but looking at the schedule next week, I might not have time to do a big long 1 hour type video, so I'm just going to do the NXT one now while I've got some time right now, and then SummerSlam one I'm probably going to at least will after Raw and SmackDown take place this week for like new announced matches, and obviously the final build-up will be then as well. So that'll be SummerSlam will be posted around Thursday, Friday, maybe something like that. But the NXT one, because obviously there's only one show left and it's usually like brief and to the point. All the matches, as far as I'm aware, all the matches are now announced. So yeah, I don't normally do NXT Takeover previews, but I like doing them when you have like this one, and obviously Dallas, because that one was tied to WrestleMania. This one's the night before SummerSlam, so it's fairly important. So yeah, and am I excited about this takeover? Kind of. I mean, the build-up's, for me, the build-up's just been fine, not being overly great. I think the two main events should be awesome. The rest of the card, yeah, fine, not outstanding or anything like that. So yeah, this will be in the Barclays Centre the night before SummerSlam, just like it was last year. And I thought last year's Brooklyn was excellent. The thing about these takeovers, though, I feel like quite often the build-up's not that great, and then the actual event blows people away. So I definitely wouldn't bet against the NXT guys of producing another stellar show. But it's been kind of weird. Like, there's been a lot of outgoings in NXT, like Finn Balor, American Alpha, the women, Nia Jax and all that. And then a lot of new incomings, such as Bobby Roode's just come in, Andrade Almas, Austin Aries is just getting his feet wet, Hideo Tommy's just come back. So been a bit of a weird time in NXT, I would say, a transition period into like the newer era of NXT. It's the roster's looking a lot fresher now and new, and which I'll get into. So we have how many matches? 6 announced matches, and I'm assuming that'll be the lot. I mean, there'll probably be like dark matches and that before the show. But yeah, so a woman called Ember Moon's going to make her NXT debut, and being the professional guy that I am, of course, I've been doing my research and found out she's former indie wrestler by the name of Athena now. Never seen her before, don't know if she's any good or not, but the vignette looked kind of cool. So, but yeah, just I'm glad that they're bringing new women in. Obviously, the NXT Women's Division needs a bit of a boost now with Nia Jax gone, Carmella gone, what's the face? Alexa Bliss gone, and then we're assuming it's probably not too far away before Bayley gets called up. I imagine Bayley will be in the next few months, probably. Cause I'm assuming she'll be in the main roster for a big program at WrestleMania next year. So you'd think Bayley's days in NXT are probably numbered as well. I mean, obviously, I'm surprised she didn't come up in the draft, but that's another story. So with all these women gone, we're going to need new blood. Now, they've got Billie Kay, they've got Liv Morgan. I think have they got Tessa Blanchard under contract? I mean, I'm not sure about that, but Tessa Blanchard has wrestled on NXT television a couple of times. But yeah, they need new blood, and then maybe this Ember Moon person will be one of those. That's actually a fairly cool name, to be fair. And it's not announced who should be wrestling, probably someone like Liv Morgan or something like that. It'll probably just be a typical squash, get this new woman over and all that. So obviously Ember Moon's going to win that match. It'd be pretty stupid if she didn't, to be honest. Now into the main matches. We got a in-ring debut of Bobby Roode taking on Andrade Cien Almas. So yeah, after a lot of hype and a lot of speculation, Bobby Roode's finally in the WWE, which is cool for me. I mean, over the last few years, I really stopped watching TNA, but one guy I was always impressed with was Bobby Roode. This guy had a lot of ability, had the size, Had a good look, good in-ring performer, good talker. Had a lot of the star qualities required to be WWE superstar. I mean, it's possibly a little bit late now. I think Bobby Roode's like late 30s now, pushing 40. Although the last couple of years, age has become less of a barrier with guys like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles coming into the company. Even a guy like Nakamura is like 36, but like typically normally WWE would often hire guys in the mid to late 20s, early 30s, but Rude coming in, that's cool. I mean, and to be fair, he's got a glorious, what an awesome theme that is. It's one of those cheesy, so bad that it's actually awesome themes. Well, yeah, Rude's coming in NXT, like, you've got a lot of guys, a lot of smaller guys with less promo skills, so I think Bobby Roode stands out a lot in that brand. With his size, his look, his promo skills, star qualities basically. He had a pretty good debut, and now he's facing the guy called Andre Almas, who used to be La Sombra and CMML and all that stuff. He's had a bit of a slow start to his NXT run, to be honest. He debuted at the last Takeover the end, I think it was, in June, and hasn't really done much of note since then. Had a few matches with Ty Dillinger and all that. He hasn't, to be fair, up to now, he hasn't overly impressed me. I mean, I'm still waiting to see what he can really do. I think like with all the stuff going on, like the outgoings, the incomes and all that, guy like Andre Almas has been lost in the shuffle, but he does look good. I mean, he can do the high flying stuff where he's like 240 pounds. He can speak decent English by all accounts, so who knows. I mean, we'll have to see how he turns out, but hasn't really done anything of note in NXT yet to sink his teeth into. This match doesn't really have much build up at all. I mean, Bobby Roode asked for an opponent, William Regal gave an opponent. That's about it, so there's not a lot of excitement about the match and all that. Hopefully the match will be good. I mean, it's a chance for us to see what Bobby Roode could do in NXT. I mean, if you watch him enough in TNA, you'll know Bobby Roode's very good. Hopefully he'll do well in NXT over the next however long he's there. Who knows if he'll even get out of NXT, but it's good for the brand, and it's good for him to finally, he's out of TNA now and into WWE, which in fairness he should have went 4 or 5 years ago, but that's another issue. Hey, that's the thing, isn't it? Mind you, Bobby Roode had made the jump in like 2011 or something like that. I think he could have had an excellent run, in my opinion, anyway. But anyway, match will probably be alright. I mean, can't see it being like an excellent match or anything like that, or stealing the show or anything like that, but still. Prediction, I mean, obviously Bobby Roode's going over. It'll be a bit stupid to bring him in and have him lose on his first takeover. I do find what's interesting now is NXT is very heel heavy though on top. I mean, you've got the champion Samoa Joe, then you've got now Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, so that's 3 really good top heels. And on the face side, you've got Nakamura, Hideo Tommy's coming back in the fray. And then maybe after that you build guys like Almas and stuff like that. And then next match is got Austin Aries taking on No Way Jose. I mean, this match actually had some pretty decent build up. I mean, Austin Aries turned heel a while ago, several weeks ago now. It was after the last takeover. Frustrated he's lost to Nakamura at the end. It was No Way Jose trying to get Austin Aries to lighten up, to dance with him and all that. Then Austin Aries did it and then laid him out, so... Also, I think Austin Aries is now starting to find his feet in NXT. I mean, I think it was a slow start with that mediocre match with Baron Corbin at Dallas. The face character he had was fairly generic at the time and just was like, eh. He wasn't really doing much, but then I think the heel turn's definitely going to be good for him in the long run now. Starting to see the best of Austin Aries. Obviously, last time out of TakeOver, he had an awesome match with Nakamura. So yeah, again, Austin Aries is another one that it's strange. Like, even like 2 years ago, you would never have thought, and you would never imagine the likes of Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, AJ Styles would be in WWE. I mean, you just never thought it. But it is quite strange how many ex-TNA talent have come into the WWE over the last year. It's just WWE's hiring policies have like completely changed. Even in the last 2 years, never mind the last 5 to 10, just the last 2 years alone, really. And Austin Aries is another one I thought probably never see him in WWE. Obviously, like several years ago, WWE didn't hire a lot of indie talent. You had your odd one like you CM Punk, your Daniel Bryan, and then others like Paul London, Brian Kendrick, guys like that. But for the most part, WWE stayed away from guys like that, especially guys that were synonymous, well known with TNA. I mean, like Bobby Roode, Austin Aries is a former TNA champion. It was just 4 years ago that they tore the house down at Destination X. And now they're both in WWE. They were also a tag team in TNA, so that's one thing they might want to explore. But yeah, onto this match anyway. No Way Jose, he's decent gimmick in my opinion, looks alright. Could be one of those ones because in a takeover, like you'll often see a breakout star from one of the performance center guys. Like first takeover, it was Tyler Breeze in his match with Sami Zayn, and then over the next one, it was Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley all had a breakout match on a takeover. The one at which one was it? Fuck, can't remember the name. The one with the Dusty Classic. I can't remember the name of the takeover though. You had both Revival and American Alpha in the Dusty Classic tournament breaking out. So this could be a good chance for No Way Jose to show people what he can do in a match with Austin Aries. I mean, this is definitely Jose's best opportunity today to have a good match. I mean, he hasn't really shown what he can do in the ring yet. He's only really had his shortest matches on NXT television, so this is the chance for him to show what he can do, show if he can offer something good in the ring. Hopefully this match will be good. I don't think it'll be great or anything like that, but it should be good. Maybe like the 3-star, 3.25 star level, something like that. And his prediction, because he's just turned heel and he's getting more momentum, I'm probably going to go Austin Aries to go over here. So, yeah. Now, the next 3 matches, I think this is what's going to make this takeover good. I mean, the first 3 matches are probably just alright, but I mean, these last 3 matches should all be great. Maybe even one of them could be a classic, which I'll get into, but they're going for the NXT Tag Team titles, Revival against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah, this should be great. I mean, really, really big fan of Revival. I mean, unpopular opinion, I think the Revival are better than American Alpha. There, I said it. Don't flame me in the comment section, please, American Alpha fans. But yeah, no, seriously, I think these guys, I really am big on these guys, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilde. I mean, for me, they're a throwback to like the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Classic tag team wrestlers. I mean, that's actually one of my favourite styles of wrestling to watch, that old NWA style tag team match from the 80s and early 90s with Arn and Ole Anderson, Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, those kind of guys. And I think the Revival have done an awesome job, really. I mean, with not much flash, not much style, but getting the job done. Really, they have like great psychology beyond the years. They just do some awesome stuff. I mean, not sure if I would like the chances when they go onto the main roster because both are quite short and neither cut a great promo or anything like that. But in ring wise, they've been awesome. I mean, and I think with all the indie guys coming in, I think like the performance center guys have taken a back seat over the last year to those guys, but I feel like Revival have carved their own niche for being performance center guys, coming in, doing the thing. I think it's been really good. I mean, I love the feud of American Alpha, but that's probably one of the best tag feuds I've seen in a long time. Especially in WWE. I mean, all 3 of the televised matches were excellent, and then Gargano and Ciampa are now starting to find the niche in NXT. I mean, I think at first they were brought in not full timers. They were doing alright, but not outstanding. They were having some good matches, but they weren't really making waves in the card. But I feel now with American Alpha gone, Gargano and Ciampa are stepping up. I think like the women's division, the tag division, a bit of a transition now. You've got Gargano and Ciampa coming up. TM61 making a name. Authors of Pain coming up. And no one knows, you might have another couple of teams waiting in the wings in the Performance Centre, or maybe they'll sign someone else. But yeah, I think, and also Gargano and Ciampa, not only in this, but they're also wrestling the Cruiserweight Classic tournament a couple of weeks ago against each other in a damn good match. If it wasn't for Bushi and Cedric Alexander, would have been the best match of the tournament so far. But I think it was Gargano won that match, so yeah. But now it looks like they're staying together on NXT as a tag team full time, which I think is best, because they were experimenting with the singles guys, but I don't think either looked particularly comfortable in a singles role in NXT. I think definitely putting them together as a tag team was the absolute right move. And this could be an awesome match. I mean, we've seen how good the Revival are. We know we've got a glimpse of how good Gargano and Ciampa are. I mean, Ciampa's the one who hadn't really impressed me that much. I mean, I always thought Gargano was a talent and Ciampa was just alright. But Ciampa really impressed me when he wrestled Gargano in the Cruiserweight Classic. So yeah, this won't be match of the night, or nor do I even think it'll be as good as the Revival American Alpha matches. But still, I'm expecting a great tag team match here. I hope maybe this can go on first just to get the show rolling off to a good start, because I feel that's a good role for the Revival. Put them on first. Let them set the tone for the rest of the show. As a prediction, I want to go with the Revival to retain the tag team titles. I could see Gargano and Ciampa winning, but I really feel like just keep titles on Revival and keep them going. Really, I mean, you could do this in a rematch. You could you could do a Revival versus TM61 after this, or maybe even put all 4 teams in a Fatal 4-way match at the next takeover or something like that. But yeah, Revival to go over. And now the big 2 matches of the night. The 2 matches that are going to make this takeover good. First one, NXT Women's Title, Bayley versus Asuka number 2. Now, hopefully, I've got high expectations of this match. I really do. I mean, they had the match at Dallas, which I think was a great match, but they had the unfortunate distinction of being sandwiched in between Nakamura and Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, so it didn't get as much time as might have liked. I mean, I think it got like 13 minutes or something like that, but it was a great match of it. Pretty great result as well, of Asuka beating Bayley clean. With there are WWE, top baby faces can lose clean and it actually works. So think about that when you're booking John Cena and Roman Reigns in the future, please. But yeah, it was really good. What I do like is they could have easily have just went to the next takeover, had this rematch then, but they've actually held it off until here, some 4.5 months later, and I just feel like that's one of the advantages of NXT in my opinion. I mean, main roster you got now 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and now you're having a pay-per-view every single month for both brands. So from September, non-Big 4 month, you're going to have 2 pay-per-views, a Raw pay-per-view and a SmackDown pay-per-view, which is hard. Which is when NXT you have your 1 hour show and four maybe 5 takeovers a year, and it just works out a lot better in my opinion, because you have the luxury of then stretching out storylines over a lengthy period of time. Like, for example, Samoa Joe and Finn Balor overall went 7-8 months. This rivalry has been going on since the start of the way. Since around February, March time, so we're looking at coming up. So instead of doing it at TakeOver the end, they had Nia Jax injure Bayley. Nia Jax had the match of Asuka, and And now they held this off to here into August, so really good. Storyline's been pretty good. I mean, definitely has a Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville type vibe to it. I mean, that's for sure. Obviously, I think that's the intention. That's what they were going for. But yeah, really good stuff. I mean, Asuka, I'm a big fan of. I really enjoy her work. Such a badass motherfucker, really. She'd probably kick the shit out of most of the guys, to be honest with you. Love her style. She looks scary. She looks weirdly attractive and scary at the same time. I can't think of a woman that I've both wanted to nail and be completely terrified by at the same time type thing. But yeah, and obviously we all know Bayley. Awesome. I mean, big fan of Bayley over the last couple of years. Last year's takeover, she beat Sasha Banks in an amazing match to win the NXT Women's title. And is she going to win the NXT Women's title here at Takeover Brooklyn too? Prediction, yes. Prediction, I'm going to predict Bayley to go over, and because if Bayley was drafted, and obviously she probably would have lost and went on the main roster, but since it looks like she's sticking around NXT for the time being, gonna go for Bayley to get a title back from Asuka, become the first two-time NXT Women's Champion. I'm pretty sure would be. I don't think anyone else has won it twice, to the best of my knowledge, but if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comment section. But yeah, Bayley to go over Asuka, regain a title. I'm expecting this match to be better than the one they had in Dallas. Will it be as good as the Bayley-Sasha matches? Probably not. I mean, I think it'll be great. And technically, it might just be as good as those matches, but definitely won't have the magic and the emotion of Bayley and Sasha won last year in Brooklyn with it. My opinion anyway, so gonna go with Bayley to go over and become the new Women's Champion. Now at the main event, really excited for this one. For me, the most excited I am for a match at this year's SummerSlam weekend. That's including Takeover and SummerSlam. And that is Samoa Joe defending the NXT title against Shinsuke Nakamura. Holy crap, what a match this is going to be. I mean, really excited for this one. Samoa Joe, big fan. Samoa Joe, if anyone who doesn't know, who's interested in knowing, at the moment Samoa Joe is my favourite wrestler. I mean, I used to be a big fan of Samoa Joe back in the day, and his Ring of Honor title days, and particularly his 2005, 2006 undefeated run in TNA. I was a big fan of Samoa Joe. Loved his work. Just a guy I loved watching wrestle. Someone I believed in, I thought. Because for me, like, I know wrestling, we know wrestling's not real. We know that. Anyone over the age of 10 who doesn't know wrestling's not real is a bit of a moron. But for someone like me, I want to have people that convince me it's real. It's why I don't like hokey high spots and stuff like that. Stuff that people like the luchadors do, people like Will Ospreay do. I want to believe that someone's a legit badass in that ring. Yeah. Samoa Joe's one of those guys whose offense is just so utterly convincing. His promos are so convincing that the intensity in him, you just believe everything in him. And like, he went off the boil a bit towards the end of his TNA run, got out of shape and all that. But coming to WWE and NXT has completely revitalised his career. I mean, last year Samoa Joe's really rolled back the years, lost a ton of weight, looks in tremendous shape, and doing some of the best work of his entire career. And he's been a damn good NXT champion in my opinion. Really enjoying his work. Like, out of all the NXT call-ups, like all the potential guys coming up to Raw and SmackDown, Samoa Joe's by far the one I'm most excited for. Even more than Nakamura. Even more excited than I was for AJ Styles. I mean, just the mere idea. Oh boy, yeah, that was a nice good run, that. Just the mere thought of Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar in the ring. Fucking hell. Holy crap. The fucking testosterone and manliness in that ring would just be too much, I think. I think the arena would just combust, really. Just be that, even like Samoa Joe, John Cena, what a match that'd be. But yeah, really loving Samoa Joe's work. And And Nakamura, another guy that the more I see of him, the more I'm really getting into. And the more I see of him, the more I'm convinced that he's potentially an international sensation for WWE. If WWE handles him right when he comes up and doesn't make him that evil foreigner who throws salt in his opponent's eyes, sprays green mist in the eyes and all that shit. You know, the one, and doesn't come out with that shitty Orient Express music. I mean, sure, you've seen the likes of the fucking Japanese people over the years WWE's booked later. And hoping, please WWE, no Kung Fu Nakamura gimmicks, please. Just don't. Just let him be Shinsuke Nakamura when he comes up. Let him do what he's doing with his entrance and his fucking Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury inspired gimmick. Just let him do that. I mean, what Nakamura has, what a lot of Indian, Japanese guys lack, is charisma. I mean, Nakamura's charismatic in a way so many aren't. I mean, I'm not a big Japanese wrestling fan, but what I've seen, I can say that Okada and Tanahashi are better wrestlers than Nakamura. But Nakamura is far more suited to the WWE style than those guys, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, I'm really like... So yeah, he came up in Dallas, had a classic match with Sami Zayn, worked his way up, and now here he is in the main event at Brooklyn against Samoa Joe. This should be an amazing match, guys. Definitely, for me, it'll be match of the night for sure. Probably the match of the whole weekend. And yeah, I'm putting it above Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, above Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, above John Cena, AJ Styles as matches I'm most excited for. I think, if they just let them go, guys. Just let them have a fight. Just let them have a realistic fight. Just let them do whatever the hell they want to do. If they want to just fight for 30 minutes straight, just let them do that. Give them as much time as you need. Let them go as rough as you want to go, because I'm sure this will be a stiff match. Samoa Joe, I will say one thing about Samoa Joe, his matches with Finn Balor were awesome, but none of them reached that classic level. So this is Joe's chance to have that classic match. Like a match on the level of matches he had with Kurt Angle, and all that stuff. I mean, perhaps this could be a Samoa Joe Kenta Kobashi type match, the one in 2005, but I'm just, like I say, I've probably said it about 4 times in this whole video, but yes, I'm really excited for this match. Should be amazing. Match of the night, match of the weekend. Definitely a match of the year contender. I mean, can't see it topping Nakamura Zayn. I think that's probably unrealistic expectations, but it definitely could be like the second best match of the year. I mean, but yeah, and this one's hard to predict because it really could go either way, which is one of the things I think that makes it great. I mean, not that predictable. I mean, you could easily see it going either way, couldn't you? But this is a predictions video, and I'm not one to do a soft predictions video, so if I'm going to do a predictions video, I'm going to actually give you a prediction. So, prediction, I'm going to go with Samoa Joe to beat Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the NXT title. I just feel like with Joe's momentum, you just keep that going. Just keep the NXT title on him for now, and then... Because I don't think the reign's ready to end. I think you could do so much more with it. Obviously, Joe and Nakamura can have another match. Joe and Hideo, maybe they build Hideo or Tommy up for Joe. Yeah, so then you got other heels like Rude and Aries in the mix for the title. So, and also I'd rather just see Nakamura on the main roster as soon as possible. I mean, I'd fucking love to see Nakamura have a match at WrestleMania 33. That'd be fucking sweet. Was slightly disappointed he wasn't drafted, to be fair, but just feel like, because apparently Nakamura's on like a lot of money, so just feel like Joe goes over, then I would get Nakamura on the main roster for 2017. I would maybe have him in towards the end of the year, around the time of the Royal Rumble. Maybe he could be the Royal Rumble call-up, who knows, but yeah. So prediction, Samoa Joe to go over. Should be an awesome match though. And that's NXT Takeover back to Brooklyn. This probably won't be one of the best NXT takeovers. I mean, when I think of the best takeovers, I think of the three that come to mind. Takeover Revival in February 2015. That was the one with Owens and Zayn, Neville and Balor, and the Four Horsewomen 4-way. Last year's Brooklyn, which was Owens and Balor ladder match, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Justin Liger was on that show. That was cool. And then obviously the takeover of takeovers, the one that I don't think it'll ever be able to top if they try a million times. Takeover Dallas, the one before WrestleMania, that was an amazing take. So I can't say it's been as good as them takeovers, but I can see it being a great one. Ironically enough, and I'll get to this when I do my next video, I think SummerSlam will probably be a better show than this overall, but anyway, so yeah. So like I say, SummerSlam predictions later this week. Gonna wait for Raw and SmackDown to happen because obviously big things could happen on there and that could change my outlook on the video entirely. So until then guys, peace.